morning, everybody. Welcome to Yin Yoga. My name is Alexa Newman. I am a librarian at the Algonquin Public Library, and I am also a certified yoga instructor. I'd like to welcome you to today's practice, and I hope you are all doing well and in good spirits. Some of the props that we might need today would include a bolster or a sturdy pillow. You could use a furniture cushion, a sofa cushion, if you like. You may also want to use yoga blocks, a yoga strap, blankets or towels that we could fold up to use to help prop. This is Trixie. It looks like she decided she wants to join in today. So I apologize for having a little co-teacher along here for the ride. Another factor I don't always remember to mention when I'm doing classes virtually here, it's very important to hydrate, to have some water either during practice, but especially after our practice. Yin Yoga does a lot of the same things that a deep tissue massage will do. It is going to stimulate your lymphatic system, and therefore it's a good idea to have a lot of hydration to help flush that lymph and the toxins and stuff that are going to be moving through your body out. So hydrating is always good for us, and most of us do not get enough water. Okay, and that's our disclaimer for the day. Our opening meditation, I'd like you to get into an easy seated position that is comfortable for you. Most of us are comfortable in crisscross applesauce. If this is not comfortable, find something similar. If you are feeling tightness in your knees or your thighs, anywhere here in your legs, and this is not comfortable, to relax and let go of the muscles, by all means, grab your yoga blocks or towels or blankets and put them underneath your knees to catch your knees. So it's easier to relax and let go completely. And you'll find when you do relax and let go with support, you're going to feel the muscles being worked in a different part of your body. Before I was sitting here, I was feeling the pull here through my IT bands. And now that I have completely relaxed onto these blocks, I'm actually feeling it in my lower back and my sacrum. So it's really interesting how interconnected everything is. For those of you that don't have a lot of yoga equipment at home, because we do provide it for use at the library, good news is that with some of the stores reopening, Five Below I noticed just open. Five Below sells inexpensive yoga equipment that is very acceptable and good, especially for beginners. They have blocks, and the blocks are either $3 or $5 a piece. Mats are $5. They have straps. And they sometimes even have the yoga towels and stuff. So that's something that if you not have them in your home while we're doing this and you've been making do, there are some stores open now that do have it for very insignificant cost. Okay, let's get in, like I said, into our crisscross applesauce. And our timer started. Okay, we are going to begin with like I said, our opening meditation. We're going to work on a breathing technique and introducing a new mudra as well. So I'd like you to sit, like I said, crisscross the applesauce. And I want you to take your left hand, and we're going to take our tip of our thumb and our forefinger and make them into like an okay sign, and then drape them over your left knee with your palm facing down. All right, and I've got to get our music started again here. I'm not sure why it was stopped playing. There we go. Hopefully I'll start again. And if not, we'll just go on without it. So, okay sign, draped over your left knee. And then we're going to take our right hand, and we are going to have our thumb and our pinky out. We have our other fingers closed in, and we're going to do what they call alternate nostril breathing. Okay? This is the Jnana Mudra, and it's supposed to help steady our minds and ground our energy. This is called the Vishnu Mudra. And what we're going to do is start by putting your thumb on your right nostril, and we're going to inhale through the left, and then put our pinky out the left nostril, open up the right, and exhale through the right. And then inhale, back through the right, close it off, release the pinky on the left, exhale out through the left. And we're going to continue that, okay? And once we get started, what we're doing, we are going to begin with that in and out. And I want you to focus first on our hearts. This is our energy center. The heart chakra is considered the center of the air element. So as we're breathing in and out, we are inhaling and exhaling the air through our different meridians, or they're sometimes called nadis, or our central nervous system. We have different words for them. Different traditions call them different things. In the West, we call it our nervous system. In the East, they sometimes call it the meridians, and it's also in yoga called a nadi, N-A-D-I. So we are visualizing the air moving in and out. Switching back and forth from nostril to nostril. It's helping us to concentrate and focus, releasing our thoughts. And we are releasing all of the bad thoughts, bad energy from our hearts. And now moving from our hearts, we're going to move down towards our solar plexus, which is a little bit lower. And I want you to visualize that as we're breathing in and out. The solar plexus is considered where we keep our fire and our psychic and some of our emotional and mental impurities. So we're going to burn them away with that fire element. Continue with your nostril breathing in, out, in, and out. And now I want you to focus here on your third eye. Okay. I want you to now remove your hand from your nose. We're going to take your hand, make that also into dhyana. We're going to drop both fingers down. And relax. Release all of those muscles. Close your eyes. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Okay. I'm going to transition here to the floor. I've been sitting on my meditation pillow. This is a meditation pillow, and it is called a zafu, and it's filled with buckwheat, and it's basically, a little bit more than tushy sized, depending on the size of your tushy, but it's nice because it helps elevate just a little bit. All right. We're going to now transition. We are going to go into a Revolved Sukhasana. So if you still want to have blocks or blankets under, do so. I want you to begin by taking your left hand and putting it on your right knee. And then we're going to twist and look over our back shoulder. Okay? I want you to continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Our spine should be straight. We shouldn't be sinking forward. But yet I want you relaxed. I don't want you holding everything really tense. As you relax and release, you may feel some tension. Now remember, yoga should not be painful. And there's a difference between finding your edge and being in pain. So like on a scale of 1 to 10 in intensity, we want to aim for a 3 or a 4. If you don't feel anything, you probably want to move yourself a little bit more deeply into the stretch. And if it's much more than that 3 or 4, you want to ease out. And maybe you find some props or relax yourself a little bit. Maybe don't have your legs, your knees down as far. You might want to lift them up. You might want to relax the twist a little bit. Let's breathe in and out through our nose. I want you to relax all parts of your body. Okay, come back to center. I want you to uncross those legs. Just a moment. Pedal those feet. Shake them just a little bit like that. That's great, everybody. Yep. Okay. Now we are going to cross them the other way. So the opposite leg is going to be in front. Okay. Now let us take look over your shoulder. Relax. Release those legs. Release all those muscles. Relax your tushy muscles. Relax your shoulders. Your neck. Drop that tongue off the roof of your mouth. We'll be holding all of our poses for between 3 and 4 minutes today. The idea in Yin is to relax into a pose. Okay, let's bring ourselves back around to center. Once again, stretch out those legs. That's right. Back and forth just a little bit. Okay, you might even want you to bring your feet bottoms up. And we're going to twist our legs first to one side and then drop them down to the other. Back up to center. Now we're going to crisscross our legs one more time. And you may want to grab, like I said, your bolster or your pillow. We're going to be folding forward. Okay. Now, if you are very flexible, you may want to come forward without the pillow. Or you may want the block in front of you and drop your head and rest on the block. It's up to you. But I want you to be curved. I don't want your back to be straight. I want you to have your back. Allow yourself to just relax and fall forward. And like I said, if hugging the pillow or the bolster helps you to relax, then by all means do that. Breathe in and out through your nose slowly and gently. Let go of all extraneous thoughts and worries. We should be focusing right now on being right here in this moment. That's one of the primary purposes for mindfulness, is to find ourselves in the moment, being fully present. Sometimes it's harder to find our focus than other days. Sometimes I call it monkey mind, or I call it sometimes my gerbil wheel, the squirrel's nest, all those thoughts that run around in our head. Sometimes it's easy to let go of them, and other days they fight. And it might take me the entire yoga practice to relax and let go and find my center and my calm. And that's okay. There are days where I am very still and focused, and there are other days that I've got the wiggles, and it is almost impossible for me to stay calm and still. Okay, I want you to begin to sit up. You can move that bolster for right now. And we're going to open up our legs, stretch them out. Hydrate here. All right, you have to move some stuff around. I want you to bring your legs as far open as is comfortable for you. There is no right or wrong in how far open they are. You may wish to use your yoga strap for this position, or you may not. This is a revolved head to knee. So sometimes we look directly over our toes. We're not doing that today. We are actually trying to get our ear towards our knee. Still like you to have your toes pointing up, that your feet should not be flexed, but I want the direction of our bodies, our toes and our knees to be facing up. Okay, and then I want you to tuck in. We're going to go to my right side first. So for your right side as well, I want you to bring in your left foot, fold it in towards your center to where it's comfortable. And I want you to take that right ear and put it towards your right knee. So we're going to stretch the right arm out. You can reach towards your foot, your ankle. You can have it come back along the back side of your knee. And then we're going to take the left arm, if it's comfortable, and bring it over. Now, if this is not comfortable, don't do it. You can just have your head dropping towards your knee. But the idea is to not be curved in. We want that left shoulder still facing up. So we want our body sideways down, not facing towards our toe. I want you to relax. I don't want you clenching any of your muscles. I want you letting go, releasing. Feel yourself melting, opening, relaxing. Okay, bring yourself up. Extend that left leg out. Let's make some ankle rolls with your feet. Pull your shoulders up to your ears, release. Your shoulders up to your ears and release. Okay. Now we're going to repeat on the other side. So bring that right foot in. Extend that left leg. You might want to reposition. Lift your hips up just a little bit and reposition your body so that you're sitting evenly. Okay. And now we're going to bring the left ear down towards the left knee. And one side is probably going to be easier for you than the other. I'm definitely having a rougher time reaching towards my left side here than I did on my right. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. should be relaxed. Very often when we're tense, we forget to breathe. Continue to breathe in and out. As you relax and release into the stretch, you'll find yourself incrementally moving deeper and deeper. And it might only be millimeters, and that's okay. Okay, I want you to begin to rise back up. Now going to stretch our legs out, both sides. And once again, toes and knees up. You have to reposition your tushy, do so. And we're going to fold forward. And you can do this however is most comfortable for you. Once again, if you want a pillow or a block, please find the prop that works for you. So if you want to grab your bolster and fold forward on that, do so. And hopefully you're going to be feeling the stretch through your inner thighs, maybe in your outer, along through your back, maybe up through your neck. Are you feeling your joints opening a little bit wider, your muscles and ligaments and tendons stretching out? Okay, let's begin to walk our hands back up. We're going to remove those props out of the way. You might want to keep a block of some sort handy. We're going to now transition onto our hands and knees into a tabletop. So however it's most comfortable for you. I invite you to get into that position. Okay, tabletop, for those of you that are not as familiar, best way to get into it, I want you to stand on your knees, have them about hips width apart, and then we're going to take our hands and we're going to keep our fingers wide open because we get more actual support and distribution of our weight when our hands are open as opposed to closed. So we come down onto our hands and knees. Like I said, keep those fingers wide open, but I want you to have yourself stacked. And you can see right now, I am not stacked. I want my hips and my knees directly in a line, and I want my shoulder, elbow, and hand, my wrists, also in a direct line. So I don't want them too far out, too close in. This is what gives us stability. It's like kind of engineering. So once we're here, we're going to go through a series of what they call cat and cow. And this is basically flexing and arching our spine. We're going to drop our bellies down. And we're going to look up. And then we're going to exhale and pull our belly button and drop our heads down and arch. This is cat. The other element to this is I want you to rotate the creases of your elbows. When we come into cow, I want you rotating them out so they're facing the wall in front of you. And when we exhale and go up into cat, I want you to turn them in so that they're facing in. And I want you to do a series of these. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. And you may find yourself sinking a little bit deeper and arching a little bit higher each time you work through the sequence. Okay. Let's come back to neutral tabletop. We're now going to do what is probably the most difficult pose of the class. I normally try and give you a little bit of warning on that. This is called Camel, and there are several different variations and steps that you can go into to reach into Camel. Camel is a back bend. And that's where, like I said, you might want to have your blocks nearby. To give yourself a little bit more stability, you probably want to tuck your toes under if you're a beginner. like I said, first step, take your hands, bring your palms so where they're resting in the small of your back. Want to have the fingers pointing down. And then lift up your head and just arch your back a little bit. And if this is all, the further you go, you have done camel. Awesome. If you want to go a little bit further, you can let those hands slide down your back and continue to look up. And that's camel. If you want to use blocks, then reach back and lean back on the blocks. You could also do that. You can reach back and touch your heels and drop your head back. And that is the fullest expression of camel. So find which variation feels right for you today. There is no right or wrong. There's just going deeper into a pose. And if it's too hard to keep your head all the way back and keep your throat open and exposed like that, then don't do it. Keep your chin tucked. While you're doing that, I'm going to move my cheat sheet forward. Okay. For those of you that have just your hands on your hips, don't forget to breathe. We are still breathing in and out from our diaphragm, from our belly. It shouldn't be shallow. It shouldn't be coming from up in our throat, up in our chest. Breath should be coming from down here. Okay, if you've been down on your heels, now's the time to let go and begin to bring your hands up. For those of you that have had your hands on your hips, let go, drop our heads, bringing forward. And now we're going to come back down to a seated position. We're going to do another back bend, but it's going to be an inversion back bend. We're going to do what they call supported bridge. So for this, you do want to have either your bolster or a block or something to help you with this position. What I want you to do is put your feet bottoms on the floor, and we're going to come down, laying down, and so you have that block or bolster nearby, or blanket. I want you to try and bring your heels up close to your tushy so you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Okay? Now, bridge is a pose where we lift our tushies up off the floor, and there are a lot of different discussions about which muscle groups we want to work, and in a supported bridge, we don't have to worry about that too much because we're going to be taking our block, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. It could be the lowest level. If that's all the further you can go, that's all right. You want to slide it under to catch on your hip bones. You don't want it catching on the small of your back. And once you're there, I want you to let go and release. You should not be feeling any pressure on your neck. You should be catching the weight on your shoulders. We don't want any pressure on your neck or your skull. Your shoulders should be catching you up top, and your knees and feet, your hips resting on the block. And then I want you to have your palms facing down. And we're just going to sit here and relax. Breathe in and out. Inversion poses are very good for rejuvenating and re-energizing us. I want you to pay attention to your different muscle groups. Are you tensing yourself anywhere? Relax that jaw. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Release all those muscles around that pelvic girdle. We tend to carry a lot of tension in our lower backs, in our shoulders, in our jaws. And actually trying to consciously release and relax can be more difficult than you think, because we subconsciously tense and clench different muscle groups in reaction to outside stressors. Okay, I want you to remove that block, lower your hips to the floor. We're going to extend those legs out in front of us. And then take that right knee, and we're going to wrap our arms around our shins, and we're going to pull that knee towards our chest, towards our armpit. While we're there, I want you to make sure you're relaxing. Don't clench those glutes. Don't tense anything up. Relax them, let go. Imagine your belly button sinking towards the floor. Relax your shoulders. Remember to breathe. Are you finding that you can bring that knee a little bit closer in? Okay, let's let go of that right leg. Extend it, bring it out. I want you to shake those legs gently back and forth. Now let's pull the left knee in. Wrap your hands around your shins if you can. If you can't, maybe grab onto the backside of your thigh. Hold onto your knee. Should be relaxed. Your head should be flat against the floor. We're not pulling our heads up towards our knee. The knee is coming towards our chest, towards our armpit. And breathe in and out. In and out. Okay, release your knee. We're going to bring it down to the floor and we are going to transition into our Shavasana. This is our final meditation. Let you lay on your backs, make yourself comfortable. If you want to put on socks or a sweater, maybe cover yourself up with a blanket. You can do that. And I'm going to sit up and share with you our closing meditation. What I'm going to talk with you about today is about connecting with joy. What we're going to try and do is learn to rejoice in our own good fortune. I want you to express gratitude for all that you have and all that you've been given. Now, this can be the very smallest things in our life, something as simple as having the mail delivered on time every day, or that your favorite flowers are blooming out in your garden. So many of us miss all the good things in our lives because it's so easy to take them for granted. Now, you most likely have a comfortable home and running water and electricity. Luxuries for a lot of people in different parts of the world. Now, this might not be the home that you've necessarily been dreaming of, but you have one, and it's something that we really do need to celebrate. Take care of things that we're fortunate to own. Rejoice in the fact that you have them. When you're reaching for your pots and pans in your kitchen to prepare dinner, just as an example, thank them for your service and helping you feed yourself, your friends, and your family. Make sure you do this by keeping them in good shape. Doing small things like this help us to find ourselves to be less dissatisfied with life in general and happier with everything that we do have. It's basically looking at the world glass half full as opposed to half empty, finding the positive side to a coin. Everything around us has the power to inspire and uplift us if we allow it to. Let go of complaining about what's wrong and focus on the joyful aspects of your surroundings. Doing this will help change your life. Another aspect of this practice involves thinking about our loved ones and rejoicing in their happinesses. So if your spouse got an excellent review at work, be glad that they're happy about it. Rejoice when your child recovers from an injury. Small things like that. Now, finding and expressing joy in a loved one's good fortune is pretty easy to do because we love them. It's more difficult to appreciate good fortune of those that are less close to us. And these are the relationships we tend to struggle with because sometimes we may have competitive or jealous feelings. You may feel a little twinge of envy at work if a colleague or a classmate does really well in life. If your best friend finds their perfect match and you have not been so successful in love, you might have a hard time rejoicing. But when this happens, I challenge you to take a moment to contemplate this fact. When you close down your heart in any way, it's going to diminish your own joy. So we're going to try and connect with that joy right now. And it takes effort to slow down and take in all these small details. So bring to mind 5 objects, situations, or people that you are grateful to have in your life. These should be things that are pretty easy for you to think of. I want you to spend some time focusing on each example and then generate a genuine feeling of gratitude. Now I want you to think of something that's happened to one of your loved ones that made you happy. I want you to recall that particular event and relive the feelings of joy and gratitude that you felt at the time. Now, bring to mind a positive event or a situation in the life of one of your friends or acquaintances that gave you mixed feelings. So something where you felt maybe a little bit of envious or jealous at someone else's good fortune. And focus on those pangs of jealousy. And then try and stretch your heart out a little bit to feel some real joy for their good fortune. Simply give your joy away without feeling diminished in any way yourself. Notice how much better this feels than harboring feelings of jealousy. Sit for a few minutes, simply experiencing this feeling of joy. Try to remember that there is so much suffering in life that it's good to be happy that your friend or your acquaintance did have a moment of happiness and joy. I invite you to dedicate this practice to your own joy and your own happiness and to that of others. When you are ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make some nice circles with your wrists and your ankles. Wiggle yourself just a little bit. And then when you're ready, roll yourself over to your side. Hug yourself, bring your knees in, give yourself a nice hug and squeeze. And then slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. To close our practice, we're going to take 3 rounds of sun breath. Extend your hands out to your sides. We're going to inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. On this last breath, so inhale up. I invite you to grab positive energy and joy from the universe, bringing in through our vision center and into our hearts. The light in me sees the light in you. I honor you as you honor me. That is a translation of the word namaste. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a wonderful week. Be well. Find joy. Namaste, everybody.